Hey guys, welcome to Lingua Marina. Today we're going to talk about differences between British and American accents. There are a couple of things I want to tell you before we start. First of all, I'm not a native speaker. I was born and raised in Russia, lived in Russia until I was 25, then I moved to the US, and all my life I've been copying different accents because when I went to the UK for the first time when I was 14, I was amazed by the standard British accent and I tried to copy it. And then I came to the US and I understood that people don't get what I'm saying if I use my kind of British accent. So I started learning American accent. And as a person who's been doing that for a while, my most favorite thing is to dig into different details and understand what people do with their lips and with their mouths in order to produce those sounds. Another thing I want you to remember is that there are a lot of different accents in Great Britain, and so something that we're gonna learn today is something that I was taught at school. This is sometimes called received pronunciation. If you come to the US, California, people would have one accent, people in New York would have a different accent, and it's really up to you what accent you want to adopt, and you don't have to adopt any accent. It's just, the matter of your preference. As for myself, I decided to stick to an American accent just because I live in California. But again, it's really up to you. Just be consistent. If you choose one type of accent, stick to it to make your life easier. Now let's dig into those tiny differences. But again, before we start, please hit the like button for the algorithm. This way it's gonna know who to recommend this video to. Rule number one, if you want to sound more British, don't pronounce every single R. This is not true for every accent out there, but in received pronunciation in Great Britain, you would only pronounce the R that is followed by a vowel. For example, real, right, arrange, umbrella, curious. In these words, R is followed by a vowel, and this way we pronounce it.
Interesting.
But there are also words where R is in the end of the word and is not followed by anything. In this case, you do not pronounce it. For example, weather, color, shirt, beer, work.
It's work, work, work.
I intentionally try to sound more British when explaining this because in America, we would always say work, beer, weather, color. But if you want to sound more British, you pronounce these words without pronouncing R. Color, weather, work. I love the way it sounds. Rule number two, this TH combination, and it can produce two different sounds, th and the. So if we want to sound more British, in both versions of this sound, your tongue should touch behind your teeth. Because I'm speaking with kind of American accent, my tongue goes between, trying to explain this, my tongue goes between my teeth, but if you're trying to sound more British, it stays here. Let me give you some examples. Teeth, thanks, bath.
It's a bath.
You're kind of stopping your tongue with your teeth and you're not letting it go between them. The, brother, you even hear that, right? It's not like brother, it's brother, brother. Instantly more British. Bathe. The same, right? It kind of stays behind your teeth. By the way, fun fact, in London, this sound would be pronounced as F or V. Thanks, teeth. This is really, really cool if you can learn that accent as well. Rule number three, pronounce you as ew or you. Again, really different from the American accent. In America, we would say stupid.
Stupid, yeah.
So you here sounds like an ooh, stupid. If you want to sound more British, you would say stupid.
Oh, stupid, stupid.
You can even make it more visible in order to practice, but then you kind of reduce it when you're actually talking to people. But it's stupid, stupid. Do you hear that? It's not stupid, it's stupid. And this is British. Or another great example, the word duty. In America, we say duty. In British, you would say duty. There is another thing that you might have heard. In duty, in America, we replace T with an R, duty. You almost say it with an R. In British, it stays as a T, duty. By the way, the platform that you're watching right now, I used to call it YouTube, just because I learned the British version of it, just because I heard about YouTube when I first came to the UK. And when I started my Silicon Valley Girl channel and I got more and more people from America, they're like, why do you pronounce YouTube? It's YouTube. So in the US it's YouTube because U is pronounced as U. In Great Britain, it's YouTube because we just learned U pronounced as you or ew. Another rule for British accent is you always need to stress the vowels. In America, we sometimes speak fast. We don't omit words, but we don't put stress into them. Like you hear that I've said we don't put stress in them. It was really fast without any stress. In British accent, you would emphasize vowels, especially if you only have one vowel in the word. For example, car, sure.
Sure.
It kind of sounds a little weird when you practice it, but when you start talking with a British accent, it would really sound British. Here, so you're stressing the word as a whole. Lunch, your. There are also words with a lot of vowels. You don't have to stress all of them, but you still need to pick the right vowel to stress. Examples: arrange, prevent, collect, driving.
Totally and radically driving in space.
So basically, in British accent, we try to put a stress in every single word. In American accent, there would be words that don't have any stress at all. They're like kind of helping us and we don't emphasize them in our speech. There are also some differences in words, in how they're pronounced in Britain, for example, and in the US. One of the brightest examples for me was the word hub, because again, in Great Britain, you would say hub with the H. You would actually read it. In California, you would say herbs. Do you have any herbs for tea? So there is no H at the beginning of this word. Rule number 6. Something that you really need to practice if you're switching to British accent and you've heard a lot of American accent, because, for example, in America, we say not, hot, shot.
Nice shot.
So the O in the word is pronounced as ah, shot, hot. Something that you have to learn if you want to sound more British is hot, shot. So you actually pronounce those O as O's. Shot, hot. If you want to sound more British, use more British words. I've already talked a lot about these differences where we have truck in the US and lorry in Great Britain, we have gas in the US and we have petrol in Great Britain, but there are also some slang words that you can actually use and sound more British. For example, when I first came to the UK, my friend showed me a guy that she really fancied. By the way, this is a British word. When you like somebody, you fancy them. So she fancied that guy and she told me, wow, that guy is so fit. And for me, fit was something connected with fitness. And I was like, maybe he exercises a lot. But in reality, fit means something is really attractive and really good looking. And sometimes for you, that would mean he exercises a lot. But generally speaking, you just need to be cute in order to be called fit in the UK.
He's fit, you're fit, we're all fit.
A boy or a young man can be called lad in the UK. We all know the word rubbish. In America we would say garbage, in the UK you would say rubbish. But there is also another meaning to this. When something is kind of stupid, you can say it's rubbish.
He was rubbish.
And the last but not the least is the word cheeky. I really like it because it kind of says that you are humorous and you're funny, but sometimes you can be a little rude. Some people can be offended, but this behavior is called cheeky. That was it from me for today, guys. If you want to explore more of English language, I have an English language workbook that has a lot of synonyms, idioms, differences between British and American accent, and it has a lot of exercises for you to practice. The link will be down below. You can buy it. It's not really expensive, but it would provide you with 30 days of continuous learning of English language. I have different checklists and different things that you can print out and hang in front of you to enhance your language learning experience. And I also have this schedule that you can follow every single day to improve your English language. Thank you again so much for watching this video up to the very end. Hit subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, and I will see you very soon in my next videos. Bye bye.